Shalom, Israel. How about Shem Yahushai? Rakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar El Thumb, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. And tonight's class is the law class. Tonight's class is the law class. And these laws are the Most High is very important. Salaki, anybody online? Anybody on conference call? Okay. You know, and these laws are very important. And everything that we do in the I.S.U.P.K pertains to these laws. From our beards, to our hair, to our braids, to the garments that we wear, the priestly garments that we wear. You know, it's all in accordance to the Bible. It's all in accordance to the Most High. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. Let me get to it. As a matter of fact, we can prove that to you in the Bible. Because we're not supposed to cut our lion's mane. We're not supposed to shave and make round of our beards and our hairs. We're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to wear priestly garments. Let me get that right quick. Let's see. Go to Numbers 15 and 38. Oh, God. Sucky. Any brothers on the line? Anyone on a conference call? Okay. Nobody's on a conference call.
Okay, what numbers what?
Numbers 15 and 38.
All right, numbers 15 and 38. You ready? 15 and 38. Ready now?
Come on.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments.
Right.
Throughout their generations.
Right. Make garments with borders throughout our generations. That means from the time of Moses and even before Moses up till now. And that's what we do. We hold strong to that tradition of wearing garments. You know, like that's what the Most High told us. That's what he commanded us to do. This is what he's telling us to do. He wants us to make garments. You know, and keep them fringes. Because if you look at it, this is how you know that the so-called North American Indians are Israelites, because they look at the clothes that they wear. They got fringes on their clothes. They keep fringes on their clothes. If you ever went to one of the what they call it, a powwow, you will see how the fringes on their clothing, and they look very glorious. And it says on the borders, not on your shirt, not on your t-shirt, not on a throwback jersey, like I've seen a lot of cats do, but on your pants, you know, and on your priestly garments. Just like when you see us out there in the corners and you see brothers wearing their garments and their armbands, their war bands, that's what you call garment. That's what you call priestly array. Priestly garments. This is what the Most High is telling us to wear. And then it goes on to say, throughout their generations. So from generation to generation to generation, you know, this is what we're supposed to have been doing. Because we're his priests. The original 12 tribes, the lost 12 tribes of Israel, are the priests of the Most High. You know, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. The West Indies, not the East Indians, you know. And that's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. And that's what we're doing now, right here in the I.S.U.P.K. We holding that to, we keeping that up. We keep what the Most High told us to do. That's what we're doing right now. Throughout the generations that they put upon the fringes of the borders ribbon of blue, because that's what you'll see. You'll see ribbons of blue at the bottom. When you see the man wearing the garments, them priestly brothers out in them corners, while you talking about, how they looking like Klingons and Dragon Ball Z characters and all this other stuff, Power Rangers, that's how you're supposed to dress. You dress like a man.
Right.
But y'all rather run around, thinking that you look good, wearing them too tight skinny jeans off the crack of your butts, with your boxers and drawers showing. Like, I didn't know another grown man want to see that. That is not, you do not look good. I don't know who told you that looks good, but it don't. It looks Rainbow Connection. That's what it looks like. Easy access, as we used to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what our people, we've been cut off from our culture, from our that goes down to clothing, and down to the law and everything. So once we see how we supposed to dress, we don't even know how to identify it. We'll more so make fun of it. You know what I'm saying? But just like just like an East Asian, Arab, in all the other heathens, when they have some type of role,
right,
some type of thing, you know what I mean? Like even if they make them Americanized, but they able to recognize they don't look funny to them when they see somebody in a robe or one of their little so-called priestly garments that they have.
Right.
Because they know their culture. You know what I'm saying? Only the slave, the children of the slave don't know. It looks funny to us because our culture just go back to Levi jeans.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And you sure enough right about that. Levi jeans, Adidas, Nikes. You want to be pretty. But hey, we ain't saying nothing wrong with it. It's just a simple fact that we are a destroyed people. That, like the priest said, hey, look, we don't know our culture. We're lost. We're destroyed people. So if we know, to rock that garments, this priestly aware, the fringes, to keep our hair in our beards, because that goes right along with it. That's your lion's mane. That goes right along with it. To look like a man. You look like a man, walk, talk, be a man, you being a man. That rough spirit that we got. We got that natural rough spirit. The way we talk. There's nothing wrong with that. Talking about, what is that, toxic masculinity? No such thing. But I say, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, though. You want to talk about toxic masculinity? Hey, if that's what you want to call it, because a man is being a man, boys will be boys. Whatever happened to that? And there's nothing wrong with it. And to prove that we can, hold on, before I do that, I want to go ahead and drop down to verse 39, Salakia. The reason why he instructed us to wear that. The Numbers 15 to 39. Khan.
Numbers 15, verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
Right. And that's what we do. We go whoring. And not just after women, But we go whoring after other races, other gods. You know, all that. You know, if you want to lust after women, you want to lust after drugs, lust after another man's woman, lust after these laws. That's why I named the class Lust for These Laws. Lust for God's laws. You know, lust for that. It'll save all of us. The whole nation of Israel will be saved if we lust after God's laws. Lust after that. Have a lust for that. Instead of having a lust for food only and a lust for getting high and drunk and partying, lust after these laws so that we can get up out of here, so that the Most High in Christ can save us. Christ can return. He's on the verge of returning right now. If you look at the current situation of how the world is, Christ is on the verge of returning because it's close to World War III. And what's happening now, it's going to get worse. There's going to be attacks on us. That's going to increase because they're already trying to blame us for the war of what's going on in Israel between the Israeli forces and the Hamas. They're already blaming us for that. Shalom, Lord of Christ. Trooper Halak. Unmute your mic.
Come, sir. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. How you doing tonight?
I'm Tawab, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing Tawab. Most High in Christ. Hey, glad you could join us. Let me get you down right quick.
It's a pleasure, Adawan.
Time for water. All right, I got you down. Hey, you mind reading for me?
Come.
All right. Can you go to Numbers 15 to 39 for me?
Come, sir.
Right. So, yeah. These laws, lust for them. It'll save your life. You know, lust after them like you lusting after that woman and drugs, lusting after going to the clubs, lusting after how you go on to go get that bag. You know, lust after these laws. You know, have a thirst for that. Be hungry for that. Eat them up. Right. Embrace it like you embrace your woman. You know? Because lusting after these laws, believe you, it'll save you. And it ain't no easy walk. Because you're gonna have even your own family coming at you. You know, it's gonna be some trouble. You gotta be tested. But believe you me, it's very well worth it. All you gotta do is endure. And that's what we need to do, endure to the end. If you can read that for me again, Halak.
Come, sir. The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Stop right there.
Come.
Stop right there, Sawada. Right. And the reason that we wearing these fringes is telling you right here in these scriptures as a remembrance to do all the commandments, to obey them. God wants you to obey him. He wants you to do as he says. Remember these commandments. Remember these laws. Do them. You know, put on the fringes as a reminder, you know, of what I've done for you, bringing you out of Egypt. You know, how I destroyed nations for you.
Right.
You know, every time you go to war, I got your back. We got a covenant that we need to keep.
That's right.
You know, and this is as a reminder. Slacky, anybody on a conference call? Okay. But yeah, you know, as a reminder, that's why he's telling you, do this as a reminder and remember the commandments of the Lord. He's the one who gave us these commandments.
Right.
We are to obey them.
Right.
And these garments that you see us wearing, when you want to laugh and joke, this is the reason why. Remember the commandments of the Lord. To wear them priestly garments. And quite frankly, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, brothers got some fire. Whoa, boy, brothers got some fire garments. Like for real. Especially wait. Oh man, y'all need to come to the Passover. The Lord's 55th annual Passover, presented by the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA. Be there. It's gonna be in Durham, North Carolina. All of Israel is invited. Come to the Passover, and you'll see the glory of Israel.
That's right.
And when you come to the Passover and you see the glory of Israel, oh my God, just imagine when you see these brothers and sisters dressed up. Imagine we in the kingdom when we're on top, ruling, of how much even more glorious them garments will look. And how much more glorious them sisters will be dressed. Just, man, do you even think about that? Like, we close to being in the kingdom. The Most High is gathering all these nations together to get us up out of here.
Come.
You know? Continue.
Come, sir. That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Right.
And
throughout. Go ahead. Salakia,
sir. And
Go
that
ahead.
they and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Right. And that's what you see. When you see us wearing these garments, see, just like this scroll right here, this is the border of blue. This is the fringes. This is the border of blue. That's what you see at the bottom of our garments. That's what you see when we're wearing our pants. We got the fringes on the side of our pants. That's a border. That's what you see. That's glorious right there. That's glorious of Israel. You know, that's how a man should dress. He wants us to wear warlike apparel.
Right.
You know, and to further that, to even go on to even more, to even prove it more, pick me up at First Maccabees 14:9.
Come.
You know, so while y'all out there trying to laugh and joke, like, hey, we doing what the Most High telling us to do. This is what he instructed. This is part of his laws.
Right.
He told us to dress like this. Everything he's showing us, man, it's like it's for our benefit. Trust me. Let me get there with you, Op.
Come, sir.
Let's say 14. Okay. Let me know when you got that.
Come, sir. First Maccabees chapter 14 and verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets.
The ancient men. Slakia, hold it right there. It said the ancient men sat all in the streets. You know who's the ancient men? The ancient men, the old men. Go ahead.
The men above us, our elders, our generals.
You know, the elders, you know, the wise men. You know, that's how they were sitting around. You know, they sat around, you know, in the streets, you know, chilling, talking, conversating. You know, you got the young ones around, listening, you know, taking it all in. You know, that's wisdom right there. The old men, the ancient men, the elders, you know, you got leaders, you know, leaders in your community. Go ahead and read. Read for me.
Come, sir. The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things. And the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
See, there you go. Once again, communing together of good things. and the young men wearing warlike apparel. The same thing that I just described earlier, of what we wear in the garments, or what the described in the Bible. You know, the warlike apparel. That's what the young man was wearing as they communing, listening to the elders. You know, taking in that wisdom, wearing that glorious garments. They're warlike apparel, because that's what that is. Warlike apparel. You know, just like our beards, like I said earlier, our beards and our hair, you know, that's our lion's mane. You know, put that together with the garments, man, that's glorious.
Right.
You know, brothers be looking glorious, princely, royalty. When we got our hair and our beards, our lion's mane, and we rocking it with the garments, looking very glorious and royal. You know,
Right.
and this is what the Most High commanded us to do. This ain't nothing that we just doing on our own.
Right.
This ain't nothing that we just thought, yeah, we just gotta do this, you know, just for the fun of it, just for our health. No, this is something the Most High told us to do. This is the commandment that He gave us. You know, and that's why we need to lust after these laws, because when we get into these other religions and these other doctrines, we are so destroyed. We're destroyed now. You got a rapper came out talking about he gonna become he gonna become a Muslim when he dropped his first album or some crap like that. Like, why? Like, who told you that we're what do you call that? Elam, Middle Eastern, you know, Arabs and all that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
And these rappers, they acting like they coming into the truth when they get into Islam like half, because you know half the world is either, most of the whole earth is either Christianity. You got other religions, but most of Christianity
Right.
is Islam. These Negroes act like when they come into Islam, it's just something just we just never seen it before. You know what I'm saying? They just doing something new. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that just tell you how much Christianity had you messed up so much. It's so different. You know what I mean? You get to put the robes on, the dresses on. They never seen it in Christianity. They think it's something so different, but they ain't doing nothing.
You know,
they ain't doing. Matter of fact, they ain't doing a damn.
that's kind of what kind. Exactly. But destroying yourselves and helping destroy your own people, because you go out and teach that crap. Because you got our young ones going out trying to follow you and trying to be like you. You have something to say, Halak?
Nah, sir, you're right. You're absolutely right.
All right, Khan. Pick me up. Matter of fact, to prove that we ain't supposed to cut our hair and our beards, pick me up at Leviticus 19 and 27.
On concert. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Read that again.
Khan. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
Stop right there.
Khan.
Ye shall not round the corners of your head. What's that talking about? You know, basically let your hair naturally fall out. Because everybody thinks that, oh, it's a clean, like you're clean. I mean, you know, you look good. Just because you go out and you shave your hair and your beard. Only two people walking around this earth should be shaved as a man, from a little boy to a man. Only two people. That's women and little babies and little children. They're the only two that should be walking. They're the only ones that should be walking around hairless. Ain't no way no man should be walking around with his face shaved like a woman. That's very effeminate. If you really want to know the truth about it, that's effeminate as hell. That's very effeminate. Just looking good don't mean being clean shaven, shaving all your hair and your mustache, your beard, all that, your lines, man, getting rid of your lines, man, don't mean that you look good. That not according to the Most High.
Right.
He's telling you right there, right here in Leviticus. These ain't my words. This ain't the words of Commander General YAHANNA. This is the words of the Lord. This is what he's telling us to do.
God.
You know, and Commander General YAHANNA, he teaching us this. You know, and it was passed down from him to him. And he passed it on down and hey, look, all the way down to the troopers, you know, to the officers, the troopers, the young men. We learning this.
Right.
You know, so now we can let our minds remain grow, wear these warlike apparel, the garments, you know, and do as the Most High told us to do.
Right.
So we can help go out here, learn, and help raise our people up. Learn these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Don't break them. So that way, because we actually do these laws, statutes, and commandments, so that everybody else can see that we actually doing them. So when we are teaching, they be like, hey, them brothers really is doing it.
That's
you know,
right.
we're the light of the world. Go ahead.
So, like it, sir, you're right. You're absolutely right. We leading by example.
Right. You know, and that's the best way. That's why it's called universal practical knowledge. The practices, to do this. I mean, and that's what it is. This is like universal practical knowledge. Like, you know, all of Israel, we can all do this.
That's right.
You know, and when the world is up under our foot, we can teach them, show them. Because just like we have to obey and follow their laws, they're gonna have to follow and obey our laws.
Damn right.
Especially, you know, and our laws is the laws of the Most High.
Come on.
These are God's laws. You know, you want to go lusting after these and running behind all these other heathens and their gods and stuff. Lust after our own laws. Lust for your own people. Lust after have a lust for God's laws. Lust for his, run behind his laws. Follow and obey them. Go ahead. Read that for me again.
Khan, sir. Verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads. Neither shall not.
Go ahead, you good.
Khan, sir. Salakia. Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Right. You know, don't hack your beard up. You know, I mean, you can like trim it up, you know, in case, you know, you don't want it to get too wild and out of control, you know, just enough, you know, you still keep your beard and stuff, you know, to keep it, because I know a lot of times when my mustache and stuff is growing, you know, kind of like getting in the corner of my mouth and stuff, especially when I'm eating. So, you know, I might want to trim that up a little, just enough to keep it from that happening.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't, you're not even supposed to just chop it all off and walking around because you want to trim your ways for all these other nations and for your boss when you go to your slavery or whatever, because you're trying to be a man pleaser. How about being a God pleaser?
Come.
You know what I mean? And he's telling us right here, you know, look, this is what we're not supposed to do. This is what I want you to do. This is what I need you to do, what you're supposed to do. Obey me. Do as I say. I'm your father. Abdul down the street, he is not your father. Ching Chong down the street is not your father. Right. Fu Manchu is not your father. You know what I mean? Licky Licky Itty Tiki, the Samoan up the street, he's not your father.
Right.
You know, that's not your father. So while you trying to run behind them and lust after their gods, Sigma, he's not your father. You know, you want to go and get dreads, smoke weed.
Come on, sir.
You know
Salaki.
Go ahead.
You're right. You're right, Adawan. You know, Haley Selassie, that's not your father. You know, the so-called prophet Gandhi, that's not your father.
Right.
Who else? Who else is it, Adawan?
Uh,
Buddha.
right.
The false prophet, Farad Muhammad. That's, you know, Farrakhan. Those are not your fathers.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Because I can tell you, the Most High is my father.
Come on.
Kabet and YAHANNA, that's my father.
Come on, sir.
You know? Right. Clap that up. You know, all the men above me, you know, my fathers is right here. I got great, excellent fathers. That's teaching me very well. You know, hey, look, and if you got to take a check and take that check and con Ottawa and con and keep it moving, because it's going to help you in the end, get them spirits up off you, that wicked spirits off you, whatever, you know. I know a lot of times it might come upon me like, you know, I might feel, damn, you know, get grumpy and shit. Like shit, just take that order, take that check in.
Right.
You know, I don't want keep it moving.
That's right.
You know, and just do it.
Yeah.
Just do the order.
That's right.
You know, listen to what they got to say, and boom, you'll be all right.
That's right. It ain't that hard.
All right, exactly. It's not hard to stop to not eat shrimp, crab, pork, lobster. That's not that hard to do.
Come on.
You know, it's not hard to not sleep with another man's woman. That's your brother. Why you want to sleep with your brother's woman? Because you know that's rainbow connection to want to do that. Because like we always say, you're not thinking about that woman, you thinking about that man. Yeah, I got his woman. You know, you wondering how he gonna act, and you know, oh, I want him to catch us and all that. Why would you want another man to catch you having sex with his woman? That don't make no sense. What you hoping that he ain't gonna be mad and he gonna want to join you or something? Make it make sense. Well, yeah, you know, because you know, and another thing about having a beard in your hair, it identifies you as a man. It lets you know I'm a man. I'm not a feminine. I'm not soft. You know, I'm naturally a man. Right. My spirit is naturally rough. The way I talk, the way I walk is naturally rough because I'm a man. It identifies you as a man, as being a man. Got him, you know, and like Esau, I can understand why he got a razor. A razor saved Esau because for him to say we evolved from apes, let him not shave for about a good year, and you'll see what he looks like, and you'll wonder why they say they evolved from apes.
Salaki, Adawan.
Go ahead.
If I may, you know, people fail to realize that Esau has to shave, you know, just to keep from having lice.
Right. Exactly.
When I was, you know, back in school, you know, none of the black kids had lice. You know, it was always them.
Right. You ain't never lying, because I remember growing up, they would have like you'd have to go to the nurse's office for an annual check to see if anybody got lice, fleas, and all that. Like check for eggs and all that.
Right.
You know, and like you said, it was the Edomite kids. It was the oppressor kids that had it.
Con.
And if a brother did get it, it's because they got it from them.
Yeah.
That's another reason why we should have never been integrated with them, going to the schools with them.
Con, sir.
Right.
Damn right.
You know, and my thing is this, like we got to stop going to these other nations. We got to stop trying to follow behind their gods. And with that, and another thing, what that does, it has you going against your own people. And a lot of us see our people that's hungry, starving out here. You know, you'd rather talk about them or come with an excuse to not look out for them to do for them. You know, and that's your brother, that's your sister. You could be in that position at any time. Ain't nothing in this how do you say, in this Edomite kingdom, this wicked Edomite kingdom, ain't nothing guaranteed for you, black man. Straight up, ain't nothing guaranteed for you. Because you look at O.J. Simpson, he was one of they, oh man, he was really one of they good boys. He was probably, let's see. Yeah, I think he might have been the epitome of Esau's, an example of Esau's good boy. And look how they did him. As good as he was, look how they did him. Oh yeah, they allowed him to get with an Edomite or with an oppressive woman. But when that oppressive woman was unalived, her and old boy, what's his name, Goldman? Mm-hmm. Oh, they wasn't having that. Now, okay, we know you were a good boy, but you went too far. That's the way they see it. You went too far. You unalived one or two of our own. Now you got to pay for that, boy. We thought you was one of the good ones. We start treating your people right. Matter of fact, Halak, pick me up at Leviticus 19 and 34.
Come on, sir. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 34. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be as one born amongst you.
Right, stop right there. Right. The stranger that dwells amongst you. Like, we don't know all of Israel. Like, there's brothers and sisters out here that we don't even know. That's the stranger. Treat them like, like one born amongst you. Treat them like your brother, like your sister. You know how you treat your sister and your brother? That's how you treat your people. Your people that's amongst you. Even though you don't know them, you don't have to know them. Only thing you really need to know is that they're Israelite like you.
Sir.
Don't forget, we went through the same slavery. We got the same shiny chains that we came here on. Because I remember that meme where the brothers was on the slave ship, and the one brother was like, "My chain's shinier than yours," and the other brother was like, "Bro, man, we on the same ship. How was your chain more shinier than mine?" And what difference would that make when we in the same predicament? Yeah, so you got a big house, a nice car, nice jewelry and clothes. But what about your people out here that's suffering? You overlook them, got your nose all stuck up in the air,
Right.
because it's going to be a time, and as a matter of fact, the time is now where you really need to be sticking with your own people, because everybody else is sticking to their own.
That's true.
They worrying about their own. You know, it's like, even like Captain Zoriak was bringing out, like, you got these newscasters, analysts or whatever they are. You know, these brothers, like you said, one is for advocating for Palestine, the other one for Israel. Like, why is y'all worried about these people when you got your own people? Put your people first.
Right.
You know, the slavery, the beatings, the whippings, you know, the murders that we got to go through now, because they have no regards for the young or the old. And these laws is put in place for us,
That's right.
for our protection, to keep us safe. And when we follow these laws, statutes, commandments, pretty much you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know, and if we come together as a nation, as one, and we all follow these laws, statutes, commandments, boy, imagine Christ returning real soon. Imagine Christ returning ASAP. Imagine we up on them chariots chilling while all these kingdoms is being destroyed. And within the hour, when it's all said and done, and we come out, and we got them building up our kingdom.
That's right.
Because we decided to be as one body, one mind. We all decided we're going to come together and stop all the foolishness and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You got that for me?
Khan, sir.
Oh, Slaki. I mean, can you read for me?
Khan, sir. And thou shalt love him as thyself.
Right. And you shall love him as yourself. You love yourself, right? So love your brother the way that you love yourself. And vice versa. That goes for you sisters too. You know, love your people. Love your man. Come on. We all we got. And we're going to keep saying it. And we're going to keep stressing coming together. We're going to keep stressing on who we are. We're going to keep stressing that we're the true Israelites. We're going to keep stressing that we need to come together to love each other. We're going to keep stressing these law, statute, commandments of what we should and shouldn't do. We're going to keep stressing about being brother to a brother, a sister to a sister, a brother to a sister to a brother. All that. And we're gonna, if we gotta tell you the same thing over and over and over, to drill it into your head, so be it. Because that's our job. That's what we're supposed to do.
Come.
This is what the Most High commanded us to do. This is what we signed up for, and this is what we're gonna do.
Come.
You got anything to add on, a lot?
I'm just sitting back, just learning, Adawan. Listen to you teach, Adawan.
Con. I hear you. All right, read.
Khan, sir. And thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord, your God.
Right. We were strangers in the land of Egypt. We didn't know each other. A lot of us didn't know each other. And just like we was enslaved back then, the same way we slaves now. We didn't all know each other. A lot of us knew each other, but everybody didn't know each other like we do now. Like in the I.S.U.P.K. Basically, if there's a brother that comes here from Chicago, treat that brother as if you knew him your whole life. Treat that brother as you would want somebody to treat you. Treat him as good as you would treat yourself. You know, when that brother comes to visit out of town, just hey, that brother a stranger. Just because he's a stranger, that don't mean you got to treat him like he a gang member. You ain't no Crip, and he ain't no blood. That's your brother. Treat him as such. Be kind to your brother. Invite your brother in. Make sure that he's all right. Because here at I.S.U.P.K, we take care of each other.
Come.
You want to know what true brotherhood is? And want to know why we say brotherhood is a weapon? Oh boy, it's a very powerful weapon. And let me tell you something. These other nations out here, these other races, they don't want us coming together. This is not what they want. That's why they talk a whole lot. That's why they come up against us and talk a whole lot of crap. Why? God loves everybody. They still want to try to push that narrative, that Christianity. They don't want to see us coming together. They don't want to see us loving each other, being as one, following these laws, statutes, and commandments. You got something to say, a lot? What you say?
Salak, Adawan, as you bring that out, that's so heavy because the media shows us no love, even when we're violated, even when our lives are put in danger,
Right.
They still find a way to mock, to mock us, but we know in the end that we're gonna have the last laugh. But those things just go with what you're saying, on how they don't want to see us. They don't want to see us ever be a people again. They 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 just want to see us, become just more immoral, to where, to where we just destroy, always, always having their feet on our, always up under them.
Right. Right, exactly. Because anything to keep us destroyed, as long as they can keep us destroyed and keep us from following these laws, statutes, and commandments, oh yeah, because they know what it is. They trying to keep their power. They want to stay in power, but it ain't happening. That's not what the Bible says. That's not in accordance with the Bible. Their destruction is inevitable.
God.
Just like the brother in Alabama. Now they want to have charges pressed. They trying to press charges against him. He the brother threw his hat up. And other brothers and sisters came to help him. And now he's the victim. He can't even defend himself.
Yeah.
Without them coming with they crap, with they bull crap, like, oh man, he incited a riot, because my Edomite privilege, he didn't accept that. He wouldn't bow down. I'm privileged to do what I want to do.
Right.
This is my country. This is our laws. And they so hyped up about wanting to bring back Donald Trump. They would love to bring him back as president. Quite frankly, I hope they do, because I know he arrogant enough to press that button.
Come.
I know he arrogant enough to push World War III ahead. I know he arrogant enough to go ahead and be like, hey, I'm sending my troops. There's nothing you can do about it. We're the greatest country on earth. We're going to make America great again.
Let's get on with it.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what he'd want. Yeah, let's do this. I'm Donald Trump. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir, I didn't mean to, butt in. I thought you were finished. But I was just gonna say, it's like we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. That brother was just trying to do that brother in the Montgomery brawl, that older man that threw his hat up, he was just trying to do his job.
Right.
And it's not like that his first initiative was to be violent. No, he was trying to talk with them, and ask them. He was trying to do his job,
Right.
So, damned if you do, damned if you don't,
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like we can't defend ourselves. We can't have no say so. Like anything we say or do, we wrong. Like how is a victim wrong? How is a victim got to get in trouble, got to get arrested for defending himself? I mean, we can't even. They want to keep us so low and destroyed that we can't even defend ourselves, that we can't speak up for ourselves. But that's not happening here. We is not going for that. That time is over with. That time for sitting back and just taking what you giving us, no. And the thing about it is they couldn't take what they was dishing out. Them
Right.
brothers in that Montgomery brawl, they dished out what they was given.
That's right.
And now their problem is you can't take that. How dare you slaves come out defend yourselves?
Right.
How dare you come up against us? We're part of the Edomite establishment. How dare you? You're not supposed to do that. You're beneath me. And that's how they look at us, like a lowly people. And you got a lot of our own people that look at us like that. And you shouldn't do that. Because another thing the Most High told us, hey, look, those that are lowly, hey, look out for the ones that's down out in these streets, that's homeless. As a matter of fact, hey, pick me up at Ecclesiasticus 12:5. Let me make sure that's Ecclesiasticus. Is it Ecclesiasticus or Ecclesiastes? But yeah.
Come on, that's what you want, Adawan.
12:5, right?
Come on, sir.
All right, let me get there with you.
Come on. But yeah, Adawan, if that brother wouldn't have asked him to move the boat, he may have gotten in trouble from his supervisor. So,
right.
So him knowing that, he asked them to move their boat so that the riverboat, can park where it's supposed to be parked.
Exactly.
And he still end up getting, in trouble.
Right.
So it's like when it comes to their laws, especially the brothers that's not in the truth, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the understanding of how to, and the most they don't have, unless the Lord have mercy on them, they don't understand how to, how to help me out, Adawan, fight against this
Just,
you know,
basically war against the machine.
Khan, sir.
Right. I get what you're saying. Right. And I mean, and that's true. They don't know how to fight back.
Yeah.
We'll teach you. When you come in here, we'll teach you how to defend yourself. We'll teach you how to speak up.
Right.
You ain't got to bow down. And that's what they want. Like, you can't even do your job. They put him, what do you call that? Between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, he got his job to do. But you want to get mad at this man for doing his job. You want to attack this man. And when this man defends himself and our people come to help him defend himself, you want to turn around and say he incited a riot. Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, God.
Either way it goes, you try to make sure this man don't win, period.
Right.
Oh, you got that for me?
Khan, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly.
Right. Do well unto him that is lowly. When you see our people out here in these streets that's homeless, nowhere to go, look out for them. You know the position that we in.
Right.
You know they hungry. You don't know how they got into that position.
Yeah.
Because you look at like a lot of them Vietnam vets that came home. A lot of them brothers came home strung out on drugs. Their minds was jacked up. Couldn't get jobs, couldn't get work.
Yeah.
Then they had to come home to, that's around the time when they started that child support.
Okay.
A lot of them came home to letters talking about you owe child support. Like, what is this all about?
Right.
And that didn't make it no better. So now you got these brothers out here struggling. A lot of them winded up being homeless, are barely making it, because they're the ones that did get them little government checks. That really wasn't enough to help them out, especially if they had a family.
Right.
They don't. The American government does not take care of its soldiers.
No.
And when they was drafting all them brothers and sending all them brothers over to Vietnam, and they was coming back so jacked up, so messed up, and coming back can barely get a job. And then they come out with this child support crap, and look at it now. We got a lot of our brothers that's down. A lot of our sisters even. You got whole families out here in these streets. That's a trickle-down effect. Because you look at it, not only did they come back messed up, not only did they come back from Vietnam messed up, but the government, they flooded our neighborhoods with drugs.
That's right.
Then you got abortion clinics, liquor store on every corner, guns. They jacked up our neighborhoods. And then come the 80s with Ronald Reagan, all of a sudden it's a war on drugs. Why? Only because they started flooding into the Edomite, the oppressors' neighborhoods. Their children started getting hooked on them. Their children started ODing. All of a sudden it's a war on drugs. The same men, the same people declaring a war on drugs are the same ones that flooded our neighborhoods with drugs and guns. Ain't that about a blitz?
That's right.
That's real.
And if I may, real quick, and
Go ahead.
you know, and Moab, he's not innocent either, you know, because they grow opium over there, and you know, it was opium being brought, you know, into our neighborhoods too by the Chinese man, you know,
Right.
so you know, they not you know, they not innocent. They're
Oh
not
no.
innocent.
Exactly. Go
You know,
ahead.
real, and if I may, that just go into also what Psalms 83 says about, you know, about the nations, you know, how they all, you know, are are confederate against us.
That's right. Exactly, Khan. Exactly. And you know what? You sure enough right. They are not exempt.
That's right.
The Masons, they're not exempt because back in the what was it like back in like what is like the 40s, the 50s, heroin was a real big thing. Back in the days of you know, Ray Charles and Billie Holiday and all them.
Right.
You know, back when they was coming up, all the way up to what, like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They
that's what
they called it that smack.
right, right. That smack, that boy.
God.
You know, that was a big thing back then. You know, and a lot of our and a lot of our people. You got something to say, sir?
I'm about to say it's coming back too. You know what I mean? That's why opioids ain't nothing but heroin and appeal.
Oh, Connor, exactly. Yeah.
People, you know, more things change, more things that is
You
like.
say-
So you got heroin addicts, new heroin addicts these days.
Right. Putting fentanyl and all this other heroin, fentanyl.
Yeah, that's why you know, a lot of them heathens are only heavy.
Yeah.
So that's why they having the you know, the crisis and shining light on it these days.
Right,
You know
exactly. Con out on con. You know?
Is beginning to affect their people.
Right.
You know, since they put it in appeal form, you know, it's finding their way into their, you know, into their kids.
Oh yeah, because they love popping them pills.
Gone.
Because one of their big things, was what do you call it? Uppers, downers, Valiums,
Perks.
Right. All that.
Right.
They love popping them pills.
That's right.
And drinking popping pills and drinking liquor. They'll keep a big bottle of liquor and pop pills, sniff coke. And now our people is like, we low. And there's a lot of our people out here that's lowly. That's out here that's down.
Mm-hmm.
Down in the streets. Go ahead, read that.
Come on, sir. Verse 5. Do well to him that is lowly, but
Read.
give not to the ungodly.
Right. Not to the ungodly. You got a lot of these cats out here that's just like, ain't caring. They not worried. That's real selfish. They'll come up with anything for you to give them a buck. And they're not, they ain't gonna do it for the right thing. They think they being slick.
Right.
They think they're getting over on you because they came up with some bullcrap story. And I'll put it like this. ungodly. Look at the Christian church. The Christian church is very ungodly.
Come
They
on.
don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. They don't care about our people being out here in these streets. They don't care about them. They don't care about the homeless.
Right.
They don't care about the women and the children that's out here in these streets.
Right.
Our people out here suffering.
That's right.
You think these Muslims care about our people? They don't care about our people either. They really don't care about our people. But guess what? Let it be an Edomite. Let it be some of these Arabs. I bet you when they need help, where do you see them a lot of times? In our neighborhoods, standing on the corners and at the grocery stores, looking for a handout from us.
That's right.
Like go to your own people. Go ask your own people for help.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
So like Adawan, if I may, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you know when like you could be in a checkout line and they'll say would you like to donate would you like your change to go to certain kind of yeah. Would that go with where it says in verse 5, but give not to the ungodly, and also sometimes during certain times of the year you see the Salvation Army outside of these stores
Right.
asking for donations, and I see a lot of our people giving donations to these type of charities.
You know what? Me personally, I don't go for it.
I don't either. I don't want.
Me personally, like that's up to you if you want to do that or not. But the way I see it, right, they ain't really gonna use that money for what they claim.
Con.
A lot of this money that these charities be getting, they doing it for a tax write-off.
Con.
And where do you see the money going at? Who are they helping? Because I surely don't see it in the hood.
Right.
I surely don't see it at none of these schools.
Right.
I don't see it. So where's the money going to? And as far as like the Salvation Army, it's like, to me, that's to me, it's like they competing with Goodwill.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
A lot of that stuff ain't nothing but ran by corporations, a trick game. People got salaries, they paid all this stuff.
Right,
But just like the Palestinian and the Israeli war, I mean, they may be it that they may hate each other or whatever, but if it came to them to them being against us, and they have to choose with the real Israelites in there,
right,
to get that land. They seeing what we talking about.
Right,
that land really belong to us. They'll join together and be against the children of the real children of Israel.
Exactly.
You know that.
Exactly. Come together.
What's they hate each other?
Right. That's a very good point.
They don't want no Negro. They definitely, we'll crash up. We'll come together. We'll join hands and come to a Negro. Talk about getting this. You see when they ran their car to the school in Indiana?
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
That's a very heavy point.
Like get understanding on it. Like you got understanding on where we're coming from. Like, hey, you know what I mean?
All right. We already at the bottom. And here you come. You want to crash your vehicle into our school.
Right.
And that is so heavy that you should say that, Adawan, because that is so true. They'll come together to once again, they are confederate against us. They'll come together against us. Because if they ever see us coming up, like, oh no, hold on, we can't have this. What do they think they doing? We got to stop this. Like, we're gonna have a ceasefire. We can't. This can't happen. We'd rather have a ceasefire and come together and have a treaty, just so these people won't come up. Just so we can keep them lowly, keep them down.
Right.
You know, and right, and just like Adwan said, like, you know, that Salvation Army and that when they be asking, you want to give to this church, right? That ain't nothing but a corporation thing.
Come, sir.
You know, because you gotta look at where's this money going to? What they doing?
Right.
And because if they was doing what they say they doing, you know, a lot of these people out here wouldn't be homeless.
Right.
You know, a lot of the people out here, you know, they would have more shelters, they would have more programs to help people get up off their feet, to help our people get up off their feet, to get up off them streets.
Come.
You know, so oh man. But yeah, let's get some more into these scriptures. Go ahead and read.
Come, sir. Hold back. Salaki, sir. I'll take it from the top.
Come.
Verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby.
Right. You know what I mean. You hear what these scriptures are saying. You know, hold back. Because just like these charities, just like Christian churches, our people are already destroyed.
Right.
You know, and we're constantly giving money thinking that something good is gonna come out of it. When it's not.
Right.
You know, hold that bread, hold all that.
Right.
You know, think about why is you giving these people all this money and all they doing is pocketing it.
Right.
Because a Christian, just like Adam said, a corporation, that's the same thing with a Christian church. Christian church ain't nothing but a corporation.
Come.
A big conglomerate. Because you look at it, all they doing is pocketing that money for themselves. They keep talking about they need a fund for this and a fund for that. We need an East Wing fund, a roof fund, and all these other different funds, the building fund.
Right.
But you don't never see nothing that needs to be fixed up.
Yeah.
And the new wing that they need ain't never been built.
That's right. That's right.
Huh. Like this boy. It don't make no sense. It do, but it don't. Because ain't no way that I could keep being a Christian and keep giving them my money and I can't see none of it coming back to help me.
Right.
You know, Slovakia. You know, you got these cats out here buying these $500,000 cars, got these $1 million mansions.
Right.
Come on, God wants them to have it. God wants us all to have it.
Slovakia, sir.
Go ahead.
That's so heavy what you bringing out. You know, the general, brought that out the other night. These fake pastors. Pastor named Sweet Daddy.
Wow.
you know, and it was so heavy he brought it out. You know, you see, you know how he pulls up in a $500,000 car, just like you just said, you know, a Rolls Royce Phantom, you know, in the middle of the hood, and all these women, you know, dressed in white, you know, with white gloves on, you know, so-called ushers,
Right.
and they, you know, just flocking all around him, and you know, just catering, you know, it's just ridiculous, out of one, you know, just a big minstrel show, and it's so amazing that our people is still falling for this type of, spectacle, don't, how can they not know? How you don't know in this day and age that they just pimping?
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
how you don't know that? You mean to tell me you can't, y'all women can't be that stupid? Y'all come on. You know what I'm saying? So I, I don't know, out of one, it's crazy, you know.
Right. I mean, right. And then it's like you're not even trying. They don't even try to check on the people. The tithe money is to help the people out in a time of need. And like you got all these churches and you got homeless brothers and sisters sleeping on the steps of these churches
That's right.
of the so-called good pastor Christian churches. Good pastor Jackson.
Right.
That's his church. Come to the AME Baptist Ebenezer New Goodwill Church, right down here on Bethlehem Street.
Right.
You know, and they're not looking out. Our people are down here in the low state. The Bible's telling you to look out for the lowly. They're not even doing that. They're not even considering brothers and sisters out here that's in the low state.
No.
You know, they're in a lowly state. They're out here hungry, you know, been messed up, jacked up. Ain't no telling, like I said, ain't no telling how they got into that situation. You know, they could have had a nice job. Things happen. Ain't no telling, especially during the pandemic.
That's right.
You know, and then there was a time you had brothers, even before that, you had brothers and sisters that was losing their houses and from all that real estate, was that real estate scam when it came out?
2007, the
Oh,
crash.
Con. Right. You know, they brought up a lot of big names like Fannie Mae and all them. And what's that other one? It's another one other than Fannie Mae. You know, a lot of people was losing out a whole lot on that real estate. You know, a lot of people was having to put their houses, putting their houses up for sale, taking all their stuff, putting it in their storage. Like, you know, there was a lot of people that was losing a lot of money. You know, then you had a lot of people losing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so hey, you know, bills piling up. Then you got to pay for storage and all this. You know, hey, look, then especially when you got a family.
That's right.
You know, and sometimes things just don't work out the way you would like them to.
Right.
You know,
There is a way that seems right unto man.
right. But yeah, continue.
Common concert. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby.
Right.
For,
Go ahead.
for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil. For
Right.
all the good thou shalt have done unto him.
Right. You know, you could have done good unto him. but you'd rather do evil. You rather hold back. I mean, I can give an example. Look at Holyfield. Gave millions of dollars to Creflo Dollar's church.
Right.
Turn around, that man won't even help that brother.
That's terrible.
You know, pray. You know what they tell you? Pray on it.
Yeah.
It's all right for you to give them money, but they want you to pray on it. You know, they want you to pray for help.
Right. It's all right. It's all right for you to buy them a jet.
Right.
You know.
Do you know how many brothers and sisters and families that's out here homeless that could have fed? That money for that jet could have fed?
Right.
Don't you know that speaking of lowly state, I'll put it to you like this. All them millions of dollars that these Christian churches is bringing in, they could have been helped Detroit get clean water. They could have built their own water system and filtered out that water.
Right.
Detroit, they could have helped build Detroit up.
You're right, Adawan.
Because I know all these black church mega churches put together. I know it's at least probably about at least close to $2 billion.
Sister Lucky, if I may.
Go ahead.
You so right. You know, they could have did that and not even without even hurting themselves. Without you know, if meaning, you know, like, you know, if the churches in every city, you know, donate, you know, 5%, 3%, they could take care of a lot of problems in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities throughout all the United States. But
exactly.
But they're not doing that. They're not doing that. You know, they're using that money to fund their own lifestyle.
Exactly. I mean, what do you think you're gonna lose? Don't you know that you'll gain more by doing for your people than by not doing for your people, man? All that evil, all that is gonna come right back to them. You heard what the scripture just said. Oh, that's gonna come back to you. You know, and this is like a commandment. He's telling you, hey, do well unto him that is lowly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many brothers and sisters, like you said, you know how many brothers and sisters, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that they could have took care of? That one, man, they could have started with Detroit. They could have helped clean up the city of Detroit. You know, them brothers and sisters could have had nice, clean water right now.
Right.
They could have built a water plant to filter out that water, to clean the water up. They could have hired the brothers and sisters that's in Detroit to help run it.
That's right.
You know, they could have put money back into the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to talk about help him that is lowly? Detroit, hey, look, from my understanding and from what I've seen on the news and the pictures and stuff, man, Detroit, man, hey, look, Detroit could use that help.
Come.
They could build the schools up. They could build a water plant. You know, supply brothers and sisters with jugs of bottled water till they can get the plant up and running, so they can have clean water to at least drink. Every household could have cases piled up of clean filtered water to drink and to cook with. At least until a factory is built. They could have built their own. They could have started their own construction company and built the city of Detroit up. But they so selfish and greedy, these filthy, disgusting Christian pastors, that they don't want to do that.
Right. I don't want.
Right, and that's evil as hell to not even want to do for your own people, to help your people. Man, come on, man. You got millions upon millions of dollars, and it don't take much each one you put into the pot. You could have started with Detroit and built Detroit up and helped them brothers and sisters in Detroit.
That's right.
And then you could have moved on up.
That's right.
You know? But you want to talk about the laws that's done away with, except for the laws of tithing.
Yeah.
Other than that, the laws is destroyed. How is that? That ain't what Christ said. Matter of fact, let's get some more of these scriptures. Give me Matthew's 5:17.
John McCon, sir.
Since you Christians, you filthy, disgusting pork chops, sloppy, greasy, nasty, disgusting rainbow connection pastors, always talk about the laws are done away with. Let's see what Christ had to say about the laws. Let's see what the Bible has to say about the laws. Let's see what the Most High has to say about the laws. Let's see what Commanding General YAHANNA has taught us about the laws. The truth of the Bible. Let me know when you got that.
Khan, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Right. Stop right there. What did he say? Read that again.
Khan. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. Right.
Think not that he came to destroy the law. Christ didn't come to destroy no law. So how is the laws done away with? I want you nasty, filthy, disgusting, rainbow connection Christian pastors to tell me that. And for all you Christians that follow them and believe in that doctrine, that the laws are done away with. I would love for one of you Christians to just prove that. But you know what? I know you can't. Because Christ himself is telling you right here, think not that I come to destroy the law. He didn't come to destroy the law.
Right.
The laws in the Old Testament that the brothers and sisters was following and doing back then, same laws today.
That's right.
That's it. I mean, I don't see you saying that about the Constitution. Well, the Constitution, that was old. That was back in the 1700s. But you still follow that though, don't you? You don't hear them running around saying that those laws are done away with. But God's laws is done away with. And God's laws is way greater than any man's laws, any man-made law. So that's how is his law done away with? But the man's law is not done away with.
That's right.
So you would rather follow a man's law than God's law. Because you want to do what you want to do.
That's
and
right.
that's being hold on for 1 second. And that's being a filthy, nasty, disgusting, rainbow connection child molester. Lying to your people, helping to destroy your people. A man ain't got a job. You want to tell that woman to kick him out. And then you want to have personal up close, personal counseling with that woman, just so you could try to sleep with that man's woman. Go ahead, Halak.
Come on, sir. That's what I was going to say. And then they wonder why there's so much adultery and molestation in the church.
Exactly. And not just that, we got to stop. We tend to overlook that. How many diseases are they spreading around in the Christian church?
Forget about it.
Right. How many diseases are they spreading around? Man on man love. Well, man on man abomination, I should say, because that's not love. Somebody chimed in. Oh, Shalom Lord of Christ. Let me get you down. How you doing? All right, Khan. All right, I got you down, brother. You got any questions, any comments? All right. So just put your phone on mute. You got anything to say, any questions or comments, just say Salakia, and I'll get to you. All right. But yeah, you know, you got to look at it. You know, they may not say it, but they spreading a whole lot of diseases. And you know the proof of that? What's that brother, Eddie Long? He died real quick. They tried to say it was a progressive form of cancer. Nah, Most High gave him that 4-letter death. That's what that was. Running around sleeping with all them little boys. And go ahead.
Salaki, sir. I ain't got nothing.
Oh, God. But yeah, sleep with them little boys. Most High in Christ, I don't think any of them boys got no disease or nothing. They didn't catch nothing. I think it was just Eddie. And I hope them brothers went and got them. I hope they got themselves together. I pray they did. I pray they got counseling, and not no Christian church counseling either. For real.
You're right.
Right. Go ahead and read.
Khan, sir. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come.
Go ahead.
Khan. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right. He didn't come to destroy, nor the prophets, no law, the prophets, none of that. Because what's the first thing we talked about in the beginning of the class? The garments, the hair, the beard, the lion's mane, you know, the garments with the border of blue, the fringes, the same thing they was doing back then, the same thing they was doing in the New Testament. The same garments that Christ was wearing. Even in Revelation, they'll tell you how Christ was dressed.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
He was wearing a garment down to the foot with a girdle around his paps, with a golden girdle around his paps, around his stomach.
That's
his
right.
midsection to cover this up. To protect his stomach, his waist, and all that. That's how they was dressed, how the Most High commanded us to dress, so we can remember these law, statute, commandments. Same thing today. Same thing that Christ was doing. Same way he was dressed. Same way we do today. The laws was not destroyed. Christ didn't come to destroy the laws, nor the prophets.
Right.
Because the prophets, they were the lawgivers.
Right.
They were the teachers of the law. So how did Christ destroy? How you figure Christ destroyed the laws? And which he didn't. Christ was doing the laws himself. He was showing us how to follow the laws. Because Christ literally did the laws.
That's right.
He celebrated the Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Purim, Day of Atonement, all that. Don't think Christ didn't do that.
That's right.
Christ just made it to where, hey, look, now you got to do it. Ain't no more sacrifices, especially when he became the last, final, the most perfect sacrifice.
I got a question in the chat.
Oh, Khan.
Family question. Salakia, would it be lawful to physically teach a disrespectful cousin who takes care of an elder a lesson that is committed elderly abuse? I guess we have to ask him what he mean by teaching them a lesson, putting hands on them.
Right. What's how do you mean by teaching a lesson?
Ahaba. Yahweh. That's probably what he mean. Putting hands on them.
You talking about putting hands on them?
Yeah.
Wow.
What I would say to him is definitely, you always gotta watch put hands on because you know you can end up in jail.
Right.
Yourself. But if you just want to, if you know that he's hurting, harming the elderly person,
right.
You in the presence, then you can do something about it as far as stopping it. But you can also get authorities on that person for abusing the elderly. It's like almost right up like abusing the child.
Right. That's the best thing to do.
Those authorities and stuff, laws in place on that where you only got to teach. You ain't got to teach nobody the lesson. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's in your presence.
Right. Defend. Yeah, I would defend that person.
For sure, if it's in your presence.
Right. I would defend that person if it's in your presence. But if they're not in your presence, like I don't want to say, yeah, that's the best thing to do. I would just go ahead and, if need be, just go ahead and get the authorities because you don't want to wind up in prison yourself. You know, you don't want to wind up getting in trouble yourself. Defend the elderly person, but not to the point where you're going to get hemmed up. You know, if it's gonna hem you up, nah. I'm sure there's another way you can do that, handle that.
Right, you can teach that person a lesson by getting some kind of evidence.
Right.
Some hardcore
evidence. Right.
He said it's a cousin.
Right.
So it's a family member, so you can probably get some kind of evidence.
Right. Like I would try to record, get some hardcore evidence and record them and right. And then you know what to do from there. But yeah, I mean, if it's in your presence, yeah, defend that person, defend the elderly. Sure. There's nothing wrong with defending the elderly. But but try to get the best thing. Yeah, I would try to get evidence. I would try to, get evidence and take it to the authorities. Don't get yourself hemmed up. You can ain't nothing wrong with defending the elderly. Yeah, that's your people's, most definitely defend them, especially if it's in your presence. Hey, look, if you see them trying to lay hands on that elderly person, hey, jump in front of them like, hey, man, look, you ain't putting your hands. And this is our elder. You got to respect that and honor that elderly, and respect and honor your elders. That is real jacked up because that elderly person can't defend themselves. So you definitely got to be a defender of that elderly person. So yeah, defend them, but the best thing, try to get record and get evidence. As much evidence as you can. And right, as long as that person is in your presence, yeah, I would jump in front of them. He said that's his cousin beating on the elderly.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I would defend that elderly person from your cousin. Like the next time that your cousin is in your presence, trying to beat up on the elderly, yeah, I would jump in front of them and let them know. You ain't got to put your hands on him, but you can defend yourself and you can defend that elderly person. So jump in front of them, like, hey, let them know, like, hey, nah, this ain't going down, not in my presence.
Common concert. Salaki.
Go ahead.
And if I may, I want tell that younger cousin, shame on you. When you rebuke him, make him feel shame for what he's doing, because right. that is such a cowardly act.
Exactly. It is. And it's wow. because that's something I expect an Edomite to do. That's what they do. That's you know, and that's what they was doing to us as we was leaving Egypt. They would attack the elderly, the women, the weak and the helpless, and that's what that is real weak and cowardly to attack someone that's weak and helpless. An elderly person can't defend themselves like that. So make them feel ashamed. Defend them. And as you're doing it, and as you're talking to them, make sure you're recording also, so that way you can have evidence of what happened. So push comes to shove, you can always show that, hey, look, this is what happened. I'm defending my elder relative, because my cousin was trying to beat on him and trying to hurt him. So every time you're around, make sure you record everything. Always have evidence of everything that happens. Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. You good? All right, Con. All right, go ahead. Halak.
Kamakan, sir. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
Right. Not one jot or one tittle. Dot your I's, cross your T's. So heaven and earth pass. Heaven and earth has not passed. We haven't had World War III yet. So these laws is still here. These laws is still in effect, and they will always be in effect.
That's right.
Past, future, and the present. Past, present, and the future, I should say. Slakia. These laws are always going to stand. We're going to always have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. And there's nothing you can do about it. And they put in place for us.
That's right.
Follow after these laws. Lust after them.
Come.
Get at them like you play sports. Get at them like you was a linebacker. Get at them like you making a tackle. That's for these laws.
Come.
Drool over them like you drool over food. Man, hey, look. You work hard to get that house and that vehicle. Work hard. Let's work hard to get this kingdom.
That's right.
Let's work hard for Christ to return.
Come.
Let's lust after that kingdom. Because we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Hey, look, we up out of here. And it's getting closer and closer to that time. And we definitely have to be prepared. Because everything that we do, Monday through Friday, all these classes, the Sabbath service, the Hebrew, all that, that's what we're going to have to do anyway when Christ returns. All this is practice.
That's right.
And this is right now, this is never ending. It can't be never ending. We have to keep pushing.
That's right.
We have to keep teaching. We have to keep raising our people up. We can't stop right now. Is not the time to stop. Right now is the time for every Israelite to come together, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. Get into the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA since 1969. We've been waking our people up, teaching them the truth of this Bible. And to this day, I.S.U.P.K is still standing. It's still here. Ain't nothing changed. Well, except for the date and time, that's about it. And that date and time is getting closer and closer for us to get up out of here. You see the Most High, he getting all these countries, he getting all these nations, he bringing them into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's right.
He getting them prepared for war. He getting have them gather their war machines, build up all their power, all their weapons.
That's right.
But guess what? We got the greatest power of all. Most High, Christ, the angels. That's the greatest power we could ever have.
Kwam Yasharal.
Kwam Yashala. Exactly. So now one jot, one tittle, cross your I's, dot your Slakia. Dot your I's, cross your T's. Everything on earth is still here. And I can't wait. I'm excited about it. You should be excited about this. The way things are going right now, you should be very, very excited. I can't wait. I want them, boy. Wait, please go to war.
That's right.
Please go to war so our king can return. I want Christ to return.
That's right.
Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Right. And see, that's another thing. I'm glad he brought that question up, because that's another thing that goes to show what we was talking about earlier. Our people, as we get older, it ain't just that our people being out here in the streets, but as you get older, you start losing a lot of your faculties. You're not as strong as you once was. Your eyesight ain't that good. There's a lot of things you can't do like you did when you was younger. And we have to look out for our elderlies. You can't be beaten and trying to hurt the elders. The elderly, come on, man.
Right.
You're supposed to treat them. You're supposed to treat an old man like your father. You're supposed to treat an old woman like your mother.
That's right.
I mean, do you know how cowardly and sissified that is? You a grown man with the mind of a child. Something can't be right with you. Right.
Probably bipolar or something.
Exactly.
Ain't no excuse though.
Right. Still no excuse, because you got this medications you can take for that. Come on. We're supposed to defend the elderly. We're supposed to look out for them. They looked out for you.
That's right.
Wipe your nasty doodle butt when you was a baby.
Yeah.
Make sure you ate, had clothes, a roof over your head, all that. So now that they're older, hey, look out for them. Honor your mother, honor your father. Honor your grandparents.
Sir.
I mean, that right there, man. Come on, man. Because they're in a low state. The elderly is in a low state themselves. Just being elderly. Not able to defend themselves. Not able to move like they want to move.
That's right.
Do the things that they used to do.
That's right.
Come on, man. Make that make sense.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a precept for that too, if I may.
Go ahead.
Kamakan. Because remember, we all gonna, Lord willing, we all gonna become elderly one day.
Exactly.
That's the Most High return first.
Exactly.
But the book of Psalms, chapter 71 and verse 9. Cast me not off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength faileth.
Wow. Exactly. Go ahead. When you want to break it down?
Yeah, out of one, I would just, don't just don't be so impatient with your elders, because they may not be as quick in their mind as they used to. They hearing, you may have to repeat your words, your sentences to them, because they may be suffering from loss of hearing. Have mercy and remember that's going to be you one day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So be considerate, and be compassionate, when with your elders. You don't just do them any kind of way.
Exactly. And that is so true. Excellent, brother. Excellent, warrior.
The water,
Excellent
sir.
precept. Right. Exactly. I mean, you got to treat them and think about how you want to be treated when you become an elderly. When you become elderly and you're in a position that you can't do and hear and see like you used to when you was younger. You can't move fast like you used to. You got to think about and put it into your head like, that's going to be me someday. I'm going to need somebody to help me. And I would want somebody to treat me,
Right.
with respect. I would like somebody to have patience with me.
Right.
You got to think about stuff like that. It's like, you're not going to be young forever. You ain't going to have all your faculties working properly the way they should forever. One day you're going to wake up, you're going to be gray, bald-headed. You're going to be sore all over. You ain't going to be moving the way you used to. You're going to ask somebody to repeat what they said. You're going to be, your eyesight is going to be dimmer. You ain't going to be able to see. And then you might not be able to drive.
That's true.
That will definitely be taken away from you. Your ability to drive, because your reflexes ain't going to be as quick as they used to be. You ain't going to be driving as fast as you used to.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. As you bring this out, I can recall this video of this oppressor, a policeman, how he dragged one of our elderly sisters out of her car.
Wow.
I don't know if she was it was a case of I'm mistaken. I don't know what it was. I'm not sure exactly. I can't recall exactly the reason why he pulled her over, but he ended up throwing this woman face down on the side of the road. This elderly woman, hair full of gray, hair full of gray hair, and so that just came to mind as you was talking about, what you're speaking on. And
Right.
also the scripture that says that he would not have any regard.
Right. I was just thinking about that.
Come on, sir.
Right. Exactly. And he has no regards for the young or the old. He don't care about our elderly. This is why we have to come together. That's why the Most High said, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Zephaniah 2:1, because we are not desired. These these oppressors and these Hamites and all these other nations, they don't care about us.
That's right.
They really could care less what happens to us. And as far as our women is concerned, the only thing they look at them as a sex object. Right, yeah, American women, I can get them. I can give them a bucket of chicken, a bottle of soda, or give them something to drink, some liquor, or whatever, and I could have her. Give her a couple of $1,000. You know, she'll do what you want. She'll do anything you want. Supply her with some with pills and any type of drugs and all that. That's the way they look at our women. That's exactly how they don't care.
I hate that, Adawan.
Right. And unfortunately, we got a lot of our women that will fall for it. I ain't saying all, but I'm just saying there's some out there, you know, because of that Christian mentality, like, oh, love is love, it don't matter. And what I really hate, and this goes for both men and women, is that, oh, my grandmother is an oppressor. You know, like that makes it okay. That's all, just because your grandmother was an oppressor, that don't make it okay. Or you know, you might even have a brother or sister, you know, their parents might be an Edomite woman. Oh, well, my mom is, I got an aunt that's an oppressor. My mom is, what? And what that mean? Like, so you think that just because your father made a foolish mistake, or your grandparent or your grandfather made a foolish mistake of giving his superior seed to an inferior dog, that don't mean you got to do it.
Right.
You know, that's that Christianity. Love is love and all that. And, oh, it doesn't matter. As long as that person loves and cares about you. Yes, it do matter. Because that's a law from the Most High. That we are not to give our children, our sons and our daughters, to paraphrase right quick, we are not supposed to give our sons and our daughters to their sons and daughters.
That's right.
You know? So, yeah, all that thinking that it's okay to mix with all these other races, no, it's not okay. I brought it out last week, and I'm going to bring it out again. I'm going to keep on doing it because we got to get straight. We got to get these laws, statutes, commandments in our heads. We got to get them. We got to get it to the point where we don't want to break the Most High's law, statutes, commandments, so we can be a better people, so we can treat each other better, so we can be a real brother to our brother, a real brother to our sister, and vice versa. Because all this, you got Slakia, you got that?
Kamal Khan, sir.
Well, you want to read it?
Kamal Khan, sir. The book of First Kamal Khan, the book of First Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women. Together,
Right.
Kamal Khan, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
Exactly. And that's exactly what happened to King Solomon. He started building altars for their gods and just forgot about the Most High.
That's right.
You know? And this is what, like in his old age, as he started getting older, he started
Come,
dealing with all these different women.
come on, sir.
Right. You know, but even still though, the Most High is telling you, hey, look, I don't want you going into unto these other strange women of these other nations. And the precept to that is what Deuteronomy 7:3. You know, wait, Deuteronomy 7:3. You know, he's telling us, hey, look, do not go into unto these women of these other nations, these strange women. And that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly what a lot of our people are doing right now, marrying into these different other races, these different nations.
Right.
You know, still got into their mind with that Christianity. You know, thinking that Caesar Borgias is Christ.
Right.
You know, when we all know that that's not Christ.
Right.
You know, you run into all these, you want to be Muslims, Buddhists, and all this other crap. And it's, you know, you worshiping their gods. The same thing with Solomon, the same thing today. You got that out?
Come on, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Right.
Come on.
Hold up. Neither shall thou make marriages with them. We're not supposed to be marrying outside our race. We're not supposed to be marrying outside our nationality. We're not supposed to marry outside of Israel. We can marry outside our tribe, but not our nation. Go ahead, read.
Come on, sir. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Read.
Come on. Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right. And what's so hard to understand that? That's a law that he's given. That's what he commanded us not to. That's a law he given us to not do.
Right.
You know, don't give your daughters unto the sons. Don't give your sons unto their daughters for marriage. You know, the Most High said, no. Well, you know, hey, look, when you do that and you start dressing like them and worshiping their gods, you know, hey, look, where's that going to leave me? You think I'm just going to let you just do that? No. The Most High said, no, hell no.
Right.
Go ahead and read. Finish it out.
Come on, sir. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy sons from following me.
Right. And that's exactly what happened to Solomon. And that proves it right there why we're not supposed to be interracially marrying. All this interracial relationships, we're not supposed to be doing that. And the Most High is telling you right there. And he also told King Solomon.
Yeah.
That's proof right there. That's two precepts right there. Solid precepts. If you know, that's against the Most High's laws. You got any more questions? Any comments? Go ahead.
Just want to say, you know what I mean? Excellent class. You know what I mean? Keep on doing the good work.
All right, the water. Psalm of the Christ. How you doing?
I complain, but it's nothing to complain about. I got the brotherhood.
Khan. All right, and with that, I'm passing the class over to Police Officer Barak Yala.
Sign Christ, I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We at the I.S.U.P.K. We started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Move for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's also another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, comes out of Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, pronounced ma'ishra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord has given to you, give to the church department or teacher. There's also a priest fund. It's not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got YAHANNA. It's going to be held, the Feast of the Dedication, that is. It's going to be held Thursday, December 7th at sundown. It's going to be observed for 8 days. And any brothers who want to join the school, come start wearing everything all black. Who wants to be a trooper in the school, and, all black, including boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf, and get with the officers to find out the exact location and time we're having camp. With that, men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher for excellent class. Most definitely. Ahmad Shabbat. Amajah. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat. Any sisters on the line? I ain't seen no sisters. See sisters? Oh, yeah, okay, do see sisters. All right. Men of Israel. Ahmad Shabbat. Amajah. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh. All right. With that, hands down. Class dismissed.